Hey guys, it's Haley. Today I'm going to show you how, I don't really know what this look is. It's kind of like a basic like red lip and freckles and fluffy brows, I guess. I don't know. But I updated my brow routine and my foundation routine, so I'm showing that in this video. I'm also showing how I get my fake freckles because I realized I've never put that in a video yet. So if you want to see how I do my fake freckles and my kind of more recent fluffier brows, then keep on watching. I'm already moisturized, so I'm going to start priming my face for all the makeup I'm going to put on. I'm going to first start off with the Milk Blur Stick. And I'm going to apply this mostly along like my T-zone and where I get oiliest and kind of the most, you can see all the pores and all the nasty stuff in my skin. And we're going to cover that and make it look like it's not as bad, when in reality my skin looks kind of like trash right now. So I've got that down, and I'm actually going to do a second primer too to kind of make my skin look a little bit more luminous because I've been feeling that glowy life lately and I want to not look so matte. So I've been loving the Tarte Brighter Days like moisturizer slash primer slash illuminator slash all the claims this has, but it's like the little tester version that they give at like the Sephora counters or when you have points and stuff, and I've been loving it and I kind of want to go buy it now. Alright, so now that I'm primed, what I'm going to do is start applying my foundation. Lately I've been kind of like ditching my like all matte type deal that I've been like, what I've loved for years is just having like totally matte skin because I always think I'm like too oily, but now I'm realizing I'm not actually that oily and I can do glowier like complexion products and whatnot. So what I'll actually do is I'll take like my favorite matte foundation and then I'll put my favorite glowy foundation over top, and usually I'll use the Urban Decay One and Done. I like love that, but I've been going through like my old makeup lately and makeup that I like haven't really been touching and like wanting to use. I've been like wearing makeup for like 10 years, so I've got like I'll have so much stuff that I like don't really like to use anymore, or you know what I mean? So I've been going through that and I found my MAC Face and Body and I've been living for it. It's kind of like water with like a little bit of pigment in it, but it like has like no coverage, but it's so pretty. And usually I won't wear it because I'm like, I'm too oily for it, but now I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna wear it. And it's been so pretty. So my matte foundation that I'm starting off with is the L'Oreal Pro Matte Infallible foundation because it's fucking everything. It's so good. It makes me feel like I just like have like porcelain skin. And what I'm gonna do is I'm taking like a super small amount on the back of my hand, like very little product, and what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to take like a small, I dropped my palette, a small brush. Was that even the sentence I was saying? Wow. I kind of just have it the main places I kind of want some coverage, and now I'm going to go in with my damp beauty blender and I'm just going to buff this into the skin. I've got that buffed in now, and now I'm going to move on to my face and body. Ugh, I like love that I'm using this again. It's been like my favorite kind of go-to lately. I'm sitting on the floor to do my makeup and my dog is sitting in the middle of all of it, and I'm just trying to make sure she doesn't like sit on my makeup. I've become one of those like annoying dog parents that just like all I talk about is my dog now. And I know like if you have me on social media, if you like know me in real life, which I'm assuming everyone that's watching this does because I don't really have any followers, but you'll follow me on my like Facebook and Twitter or whatever, and like all I do is post for my dog, and I'm pretty sure everyone that knows me is so sick of my dog. But I also like couldn't give a fuck. She's so cute. And I will continue to post about her all the time. Shamelessly. Alright, so there is the application of the... Wow, why did I make that sound so formal? Okay, I put on the face and body foundation, so we're good on that. And I will apply this also with my finger, just kind of along the center of my nose. And I'm going to take this a little bit on my forehead. And I do also like to take my concealer under my contour just to kind of clean it up a bit. Alright, so because I also put the concealer on my eyelids kind of as a primer, the first thing I'm going to set is that. I'm going to just take like a light kind of bone shade and just lightly apply that to set the eyes. Alright, and I'm just going to go ahead and add some translucent powder under my eyes just to set that concealer. And again, I'm taking my Kat Von D Lock-It translucent setting powder. The main place I really want to focus kind of really packing on the powder is my nose, just because I feel like my nose, I find that my foundation I can never get to stay on my nose. I like wipe my nose too much, I think, because I like have allergies like a motherfucker, so I'm constantly like, I look like I have a coke problem, like I'm constantly like, but I'm just like, it's a really bad allergies, and I feel like it's like the grossest thing ever. So I always like fuck up my foundation on my nose. So it's not a coke problem, it's actually just allergies. Yeah, I'm disgusting. If my mom's watching this, like, I'm sorry, Mom. Kind of done with the face for right now. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move on to brows. And I like was considering doing a separate video for like my updated brow routine, but I figured it like I could just like fit it into this just because when I'm lazy, and I feel like not enough people like would want to watch my eyebrow routine on its own. I feel like, do people want to see that? Do you want to see how I do my eyebrows? I've been changing my eyebrows a lot recently. Funny enough, I used to like never change my eyebrows. I used to like do super like thick Sharpie eyebrows. This is back when I worked at MAC too, and like my manager hated them. She like hated me so much, and she hated my eyebrows, and like they were so thick, and I like never changed them. It was a fucking mess. But I actually changed my brow routine now, and it's excellent. I've seen the light, I've seen the other side. So actually what I've been using is pencils, because I actually have like brow hairs now, opposed to like the maybe like 7 brow hairs I used to have. So now I can actually use pencils and like just work with the brows I have, which is like kind of nice. Anyways, but the pencils I've been loving lately are the NYX Micro Brow pencils. So I use a couple shades of them actually. So I go ahead and I'll do a base of the ash brown shade, and then I'll go in with the espresso shade, because they're both rather neutral, especially the ash brown one's pretty cool tone. So I just feel like things can pull really pink and red on my face, so I kind of just try to go as cool tone as I can. So I'm gonna start off with the ash brown pencil, and I like lately just really wanted to like, I want just like fluffy brows. Like I don't want my like tattooed on brows anymore. I'm like, finally, I think I've surely seen the light. I've had some bad brows, but I like them to look really fluffy now. So what I first like to do, no, I'm gonna zoom in for this just so we can do this properly. Am I zoomed in enough? My hair looks fucking gross. I'm so sorry. Okay, we're zoomed in. Okay, so I am just using the spoolie on the other side of the pencil, and I'm just kind of brushing the hairs up and kind of getting them all in the direction I'd like. Alright, so they're all kind of like, they look a little bit fluffier now. And I'm just going to go ahead, and what I like to start off with is just kind of like an outline of the bottom of the brow. I realize I'm going to be continually moving in and out of the frame, so sorry if you don't see half of this. So I'm going to go ahead and just do like a little outline along the underside of the brow. And something that's really important for me is I like the kind of like front of my brows to be kind of the fluffiest and the lightest. I like it to kind of be like a natural ombre. So when I'm at the center of my brows, I'll kind of just do light like hair-like strokes, just kind of like going up. And as I'm doing this, I will continually go through and spoolie the brow out, just so there's no harsh lines. I really want it to look really seamless and very fluffy. don't worry too much about the tail of the brow just yet, because that's where I'm going to actually be applying the Espresso shade. That's the majority of what we're going to do with that ash brown shade. And now moving on to the Espresso shade in this micro brow pencil, and we're mostly going to start building this up towards the second half of the brow to really deepen it. I am going to be taking it along, I kind of like to take it along the front of the brow too, but just along like the base slash like that bottom line of the brow. Alright, so that's kind of the gist of what we're going to do. Truthfully, like, I do really like a sculpted brow, and my secret to sculpting my brows is literally just like all concealer. I'm a fucking shit shaky hand. I'm so messy. Like, I know this brow looks so messy, and like, I swear I'm not clean at all when I do my brows. So now I'm going to go ahead actually, and I put some concealer on the back of my hand. This is when actually I use my Kat Von D Lock-It concealer, because it's so thick that it can kind of just allow me to clean up really easily. So I'm going to just go along and just fix them up. Alright, so I've sculpted my brow out kind of in like relatively the shape I like. I might keep going back and fixing it up, but that's kind of like the gist of drawing in the brow. So now to finish up the brow, what I've been liking doing is kind of going between brow gel slash brow mascara type things. But when I had bleached brows, I really liked using the it's the NYX Control Freak Clear Brow Gel. It's not gonna, you get the gist, it's not gonna focus. But I loved that because I feel like it like made me look like I had like double the brow hair. It was like an excellent brow gel. And then I've also been liking the NYX like tinted brow mascara, and I'll use it in Espresso, which is like the deepest shade. But I've been kind of focus, come on, there we go. I'll kind of like to mix the two of them. So I'll go in with like a layer of the clear one, and then over top of that I'll go in with the tinted one. I don't know if it does anything, but I like think it kind of does. I think it makes them look a little bit fluffier. So I've been kind of just playing around with that. So use like, if you have like a favorite brow gel or brow mascara, go ahead and apply that. But first starting off with that clear one. And I'm just gonna brush all the hairs kind of upwards. And then at the tail of the brow, I kind of just brush it down like a little bit, just so they're not sticking up everywhere too. I just want them to look like as fluffy, and like I want just like fluffy feral brows, like just so good. So also I'm surprised I didn't have glitter in my brows. I wore this to Pride this year, and I did glitter brows naturally because Pride, and I like every time I wore this after that I just had like gold little flecks all the time. So I think it's finally out of the product. And now I'm going in with that tinted brow mascara and just kind of darkening my brows a little bit. That is my kind of like updated brow routine-ish. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow off camera, and then we can continue on with the rest of whatever we're gonna do. Alright, so I finally got my brows on. I feel like my brows take so long, along with me being so easily distracted. I'm like not even paying attention to this. There's a wasp outside my window and I'm like so fixated on it. Anyways, brows are on, and moving on to the eyes. Not doing too much on the eyes just because I am doing like a bold lip, so yeah. That sentence didn't go anywhere. But because usually like it's kind of like my go-to like glam but not really glam but still kind of glam look. So I'm kind of like, I kind of let myself be a little bit lazy if I am doing like a bold lip, especially if I'm doing freckles too. I feel like I like put so much on my face that it just distracts that I was too lazy to actually put anything on my eyes. So usually what I'll do is I'll kind of just like add a little bit more of like a light kind of bone shade just to kind of brighten the eyelids. So what I'm taking is the Tarte Lash, probably just like show. I guess you can kind of see. But I'm taking the Tarte Tartelette in Bloom palette. Wow. The Tarte Tartelette in Bloom palette. There we go. And I'm just throwing on that light shade called Charmer. So it's just this light guy right here. It's like so used up. So I just kind of like run that all over the lid, just to kind of brighten a bit. And if you want, you can add like a little bit in the crease. Like sometimes I'll add just like a little bit of like a warm pink, warm brown type deal, just to kind of like add a little bit of dimension to the eyes without like really doing much. So I guess I'll add like a little bit of this, I love to use like this bottom row of warm like pinky shades. But yeah, I'm using that like sweet heart shade, that light pink shade, and I'm just gonna run this in my crease. I'm still using the same brush too. It's just like a Morphe blending brush. My nose is so itchy. It's the Morphe M433 brush. I cannot speak for the life of me. But it's super fluffy, and it's good for just like light washes of color and stuff. So I'm just taking that shade along the crease, but kind of being messy with it and allowing it to kind of be a little bit more blown out. I'm actually just taking the Jet Setter, that didn't work, the Jet Setter shade right up here. I don't even know if that's focusing. Yeah, that's totally not focusing, but you guys know what I mean. And it's just like a cooler toned brown. So it's gonna neutralize the eye a little bit because the first shadow was so warm and this one's so cool, but this will just add a little bit more dimension. My favorite mascara of all time is the Benefit Roller Lash mascara. It's so good. I'm so broke and I like can't afford it, but it's so good. And I'll also do just a pair of like the NYX Wicked Lashes. I have a discount on them, so I wear them. I have to wear them for work anyways, so I have a bunch of these lying around all the time. So, and they're pretty good for like a few dollars. These lashes are they're like not bad. This is the style I always wear. It's called On the Fringe, and it's just like these very, I guess I should probably do like a close-up of them. But this is what the lash looks like. They're just kind of like chunky, wispy lashes. I should have probably ran like a little bit of eyeshadow under my eyes too, just to kind of tie it all together, but I didn't. You should do that probably. It would probably look a little bit better, but it's too late now, so it sucks to suck. Yeah, so eyes are done now, and I'm gonna move on to the rest of the face. It's kind of like how I've been like doing my my makeup lately, is I'll do like face, eyes and stuff, and then back to face, just because I don't know, but back to face. And of course I'm taking my Kat Von D Shade and Light base contour palette, the powder one. I don't have the cream one yet because I'm broke, but I do really want that. So I'm gonna go ahead with that with the light banana shade in the highlight and contour palette. You can barely see it. She's well loved, but the shade that's here, I'm like going based off the product that's like literally at the edges of the pan. My financial situation right now is this. This is my financial situation right now, and I haven't bought refills. But I like to go in with like the kind of lighter pink shade as well, and kind of do like a mix of both of them. And I just run this where I like put my concealer. This is like extra brightening, and I'm also gonna run it kind of like on my nose. Before I actually start contouring, I am going to bronze up a bit, and I finally bought a new Hoola bronzer. It's the mini travel size one because I bought it just for a shoot originally, just because I thought it would fit for that shoot, and then I also just like haven't worn it in so long. I like used to buy refills of them all the time, and then I kind of just like stopped bronzing and just did contour for a while, but now I'm back in the bronzing game because it's summer and it's great. So it is a travel size one though, so I'm gonna just take like a random fluffy brush. I also stole this one from my mom too. If you watch like my old videos, you'll see like in every video there's something where I'm like, I also stole this from my mom. And my mom's probably sitting there realizing all these things that I've taken. Love you, Mom. Anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of lightly bronze with the Hoola bronzer. And the reason I use such like a soft fluffy brush is just because I don't want that much of a bronzer. I do like to still kind of focus more so on contour than really bronzing up too much. But just like, it's summer, so I want to look like I've kind of been outside. I live in Toronto, and like our weather's been absolute shite, so I haven't really tanned very much. But that's about all we're gonna apply for the bronzer. It's so pretty though. I like love the way this looks. I always forget how much I like this bronzer until I wear it. But that's all we're gonna do for bronzer, and now we're going to go into that contour shade, into the contour palette. And I'm going into this kind of like cool toned contour shade. And now that I've got the contouring down, I'm actually just gonna go in with some more translucent powder. I'm actually just, instead of taking the Kat Von D one though, I am taking the NYX Set Don't Fret Light translucent setting powder, mineral finishing setting powder. Yeah. And I like to bake under my contour just because I feel like my contour is kind of messy. Or at least I always feel like my contour is messy, and contouring like on my own face kind of stresses me out. Because I feel like I'm like so asymmetrical that I feel like just contouring on myself stresses me out. Because like not only am I contouring for like the sake of contouring and like sculpting my face, but also contouring enough that like I try to make it not so obvious that my face is like rather asymmetrical. And by that I mean I've had like facial reconstructive surgeries and stuff. So like there's a reason why I'm like so asymmetrical, but it's just like a long story, so whatever. But yeah, so I'm gonna let that bake for a bit. The lip that I'm doing today, I am gonna do a bolder lip, like I said, and I still haven't bought like the full size of this. I have so many like travel sizes and mini sizes of things because I'm broke. But the lip that I'm going to do is one of my favorite red lips. Honestly, everything that Kat Von D releases is kind of my favorite of whatever like category that is. If she released it, it's probably my favorite. But it's the Everlasting Liquid Lipstick in Nosferatu, and it's stunning. And the lip liner that I'm going to be using is one of the Makeup Forever Aqua lip liners, and it's in the shade 11C, so it's just kind of like a deep, there's like no good way of showing this, it's just like a deep red lip liner. I should probably like show you what I'm doing. And my kind of like final step is kind of, I guess, oh, I like forgot I was doing freckles. Okay, so before I move on to highlighter, I am going to do my fake freckles, and I keep forgetting if I've actually released a video of me doing this on this channel, because like I know I don't like have that many videos up, and I've actually filmed so many, and like this is what happens when you have like crippling self-hate, is like I'll have like a day of like filming and editing, and then I'll like be like, fuck, I hate this, and then I like won't post it. But if you follow me on Instagram and stuff, you know I'm obsessed with doing fake freckles, so I guess I should post this video. If I hate it, then I guess you'll never see it. But I'm taking actually the dark version of this NYX Cream Highlight and Contour palette, and I actually just take like a little wiry stippling sponge. Just gonna try to focus on this. Ah, nice! There we go, ish. There we go. That's what that looks like. And yeah, so this I feel like has thus far given me like the most natural results for freckles instead of like kind of dotting them on. This kind of allows for a little bit more of like a messy application, but kind of more of a like splotchy look, which I find freckles typically look a little bit more splotchy than just like dots, obviously. So I like this technique, and I'll kind of do a mix of like literally all four of these top highlight and contour shades, but I do kind of want them a little bit more intense today, so I don't know what I'm doing. I'm going to just stick to these kind of two deeper shades here because they're just a little bit deeper and a little more cool tone, because this does pull a little bit orange on me. But I don't mind so much because I kind of like the warm freckles on myself. And what I'll do is I'll like dab the sponge into the product, and then I'll like also kind of like dab it onto my hand first, just so I don't apply with like all the product on the stippling sponge, and then it ends up kind of being like it'll kind of start piling up, and it just won't, you don't want that. You want just like a light application. And I'm just gonna go ahead and I like to apply my freckles just kind of like mostly along this area, like cheeks and the nose. Alright, and now I'm going into that deep contour shade. I like to do at least 1 or 2 different tones for the freckles just to kind of add a little bit of like dimension to them. And like obviously like freckles typically aren't just one tone anyway, so I kind of like adding just a little bit more. I kind of go a little heavy-handed too. Obviously it's like quite a bit, so you don't have to do so much. I just think that they're really cute. So just to kind of finish up the freckles, because it is still like an unset cream on my face, I'm gonna go back in with that NYX that setting powder, and I'm gonna lightly dust it. I'm using like a big dense fluffy brush, and then just kind of swirling my brush in the top just to get whatever product that lies there. And I'm gonna just lightly go over the freckles. It'll kind of dim them out a little bit just to kind of make them look a little bit more natural, but the more important thing here is that it's just kind of setting them in, because the last thing you want is to like smudge your freckles, because I've done that. Like sometimes I'll like put my freckles a little bit higher and I'll put glasses on, like sunglasses, and then I'll get to work or something and then I'll just have like little brown smudges. It's not cute, so don't, just set your freckles. But now that that's done and they're set, my final step here is highlighting. So what I've been liking to do is I like to use like 2 different highlighters. What I like to do first is kind of like a warmer a warmer highlight, and then like a little bit of a lighter one. So I have the Becca Champagne Pop highlight. I don't know what I was thinking when I bought it though for myself, because it's like a little bit too warm for me. It pulls a little bit orange, so I like to use it typically on clients with like medium skin tones. But what I like to do actually lately with this is I'll run this kind of over my bronzer. I just kind of give more of like a glowy look, and then like kind of all over, and then I'll go ahead with my like lighter highlight and do it on like the actual highlight points. I just like it. Alright, so my god, my camera's dying. And then the lighter highlight that I use for like the actual highlight points is the Becca Moonstone highlight. So it's just a little bit lighter opposed to Champagne Pop. It's just more like the Moonstone one's a little bit more of a white base opposed to Champagne Pop, which is a little bit more of like a orangey toned highlight. So I'm gonna go in with like a little Morphe M441 brush. So it's again just like a little bit of a longer blending brush. It's really soft, so it gives a really nice application of the highlight, and I'm going just right along my cheekbones and kind of that like little C right here. And I also like to do, I really like to do like a little nose highlight. I think it's so cute. And then just like a little bit kind of around the cupid's bow. And just as my camera's dying, we're done with the look. This is kind of my like go-to glam freckled, also highlighted, updated, not highlighted, totally separate words, updated brow and foundation routine, and how I do my fake freckles. So if you liked this tutorial, then please like leave a comment, like it, just like be my friend. I'll have my social media links in the description box below, so like we can talk and like, yeah. Words. But thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate that. And yeah, I hope to see you guys again soon. Thanks so much.